Okay, welcome to the Bad End Show number 33 now. Oh, nice number. Okay, so for this week, gotta do a little bit of self-plug first. Like, I got published in Wired. Actual magazine Wired. Well, this is on the website, but you know that Wired.
Yeah. Magazines don't exist.
Yeah, magazines don't exist anymore in the 21st century.
Wait. Maybe.
Maybe. Yeah, first time I actually got paid for like a fictional, non-fiction article. Was like previously they only got like stories sold and it was like whatever. But yeah, so I'm pretty stoked about this and already got a few nice comments about people liking it. So yay!
Yay! Yay!
Yeah, please give it a read if you can. And you see any other news we should get started with for this week?
Like just random news, you mean?
Yeah. Yeah. I got a piece of news.
Oh.
The Muff Love mobile game that's like having a lot of trouble. It got pushed back again from May to just like to be decided.
Oh, perfect.
And then at first they said they were gonna like keep their save files, but now they're like nope, like all the save files will be gone. So they're gonna like refund the money that people spent on the game.
Yeah.
So I guess like shit went down. I guess.
Well, I guess it's better than like, oh well, you're out of luck, guys. Like, no, it's our money.
Yeah, like to take the money and run. Rock pool.
So
basically, it's not like an NFT scam.
Yeah. So I guess the thing is like I think we were both kind of vaguely interested in what do you call it, playing it, but then they pulled the game like within a couple of days or something like that.
2 or 3 days of launch, so like it was bad. Like whatever, I don't know what issue exactly they had, but whatever it was like a big thing.
Yeah, I think at first it was not even like they were intending to pull it, but it was like a long maintenance or something. But then they decided like nope, something like that.
I feel like it's probably something like server side code for it to be like that bad.
Yeah. So yeah.
So yeah, at least like people are getting refunded.
Yep. So I guess, well, maybe we'll never play this game at this rate. I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like it will never come out. It might just be like in eternal death.
Maybe.
Death. So yeah, it's kind of like one of those NFT scams. So yeah, speaking of NFTs, like people, you know how people are always like, oh, like crypto and blockchain and blah blah is like always like so secure and whatever.
Yeah.
So like there's this one popular like NFT game that's called like Axo. That's it's kind of like your Pokemon, but like you're using Pokemon, but each of them are like bought with like crypto money and stuff. So like you can like get money by selling them, and then like people have been like outsourcing to especially to the Philippines apparently. Like rich white people have been outsourcing to the Philippines where like poor people who can't afford their own like fake ass Pokemon can instead like work for them, so that like there's like split the profits and shit.
Wait, what?
So yeah, it got popular for that.
Okay.
And then yeah, I think hackers stole like millions of like worth of like millions or billions, I can't remember, but like, it was a lot of money got stolen from like that shit somehow.
Yeah.
So yeah, unhackable my ass.
Oh, actually, that reminds me of something else that I guess it's kind of recent. Like, oh, Gundam Metaverse.
Oh yeah, man, what the hell's the Gundam Metaverse even gonna be? I don't even know.
I don't know. I'm still kind of confused. But I guess like one of the more concrete thingies they even mentioned was like, oh, if you buy like a model or something, then you get like some sort of code or something that you can redeem like inside the Gundam Metaverse.
Oh, I didn't see that stuff.
There was something like that.
Oh, I only saw the thing about like, oh, you can scan your own gunpla and like show it off in the thing, or kind of like the like build fighters try, or like build fighters and like build diver stuff. And they have been prototyping that at, I don't think it's Yokohama. I think it's a different place, but they have been like prototyping, bringing people in to like scan the gunpla and like play with it. But I just like it's a really cool idea that I really want, but I can't imagine how they would like actually make it like playable.
Yeah, I don't think that's really feasible, especially like they can't account for every like possibility, and yeah, someone's gonna come up with something that like is not unscannable, but like won't actually work correctly. Especially
with how people like scratch build and make their own parts and stuff a lot too.
Yeah. Like I'm sure they can actually scan stuff with and get it to like, you know, But like in terms of an actual game, like I don't know about that one.
I feel like the most you can do is scan aesthetics and then have like a separate system for like determining performance.
Yeah, yeah.
And what else? Oh yeah, the Pokemon Evolution, the no, not Pokemon Gundam Evolution. And I was talking about Pokemon earlier, but yeah, Gundam Evolution, the thing that's like basically like Overwatch but with Gundam. So they started like playtesting it, and I actually got invited to the playtest. I think they just let like people who are based in the U.S. join the playtest on Steam or something like that.
Oh wait, so wait, do you have to get invited, or do you like sign up and then like they accept it or not?
Oh, like they sign up and then they send you and then like they authorize it. Like
okay.
it's all through Steam.
Yeah, yeah.
So if you have Steam, you can like just open it up and try like ask to get in. And it's, as far as I can tell from Twitter, it seems like people in the U.S. are all getting in, and although some people overseas are kind of out of luck. So yeah, maybe I'll stream doing that maybe.
Maybe.
Although man, it's like team based, like online, and I hate playing with random people. But I don't have enough friends for like a squad of like 6 or whatever, like 5 or 6.
Oh. So wait, is there even gonna be really any support roles for this sort of game?
I don't know.
Because I was just thinking, like, I'm not sure if it lends itself to that, or like, well, I don't know the game itself. I mean, more like the choice of units you play.
I mean, usually with this kind of thing, like if there's a support role, then it usually comes through like controlling a bunch of like repair bots and using them to like repair your allies.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if they're gonna implement that in this game or not, and I haven't seen anything that looks like they will. So maybe not.
Yeah, well, I guess like an offensive support hybrid thing may be doable. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you can probably do like offensive support or like tank support, but probably no healing stuff.
Right. Yeah.
Which stuff. So I was like in Overwatch, back when I played Overwatch, I only played I was really good at playing Mercy, but pretty much I never played anyone else. So it's like, and every game I play, like MMOs, healer bitch, like RPGs, healer bitch, Overwatch, healer bitch.
Wait, but buffs please, res please. No.
This is why I need motion tracking, so I can like people can see me like slapping your face.
No.
You get a VR motion tracking.
Maybe. But what was I gonna say? So, but yeah, I guess that's not really a thing, is it? Like battlefield healing in Gundam, right?
Not really. The most you get is, well, we saw it like Build Fighters Try where Shia used that little like Haro repair bot thingy, like from Gundam Double
yeah.
to repair her stuff. But I don't think you can do it in a like fast paced gameplay kind of thing.
So you know what they need to do?
What?
Develop nanomachines, son.
Why won't you die? And speaking of why won't you die, should we go into Animus?
Wait, we have our mobile games.
Well, I pretty much haven't played mobile games this week, so that's all on you.
Well, yeah, but like, yeah.
Yeah. So go.
So Precones, like, I guess a Uedo event thingy.
But yeah, I did play a bit of that, and I love that mini game where you just fire at like Massachusetts Kuka, you just fly through the sky, gets picked up by Sis or whatever.
Yeah, it's off-brand the Naka Crash.
Yeah, you boomer.
Back in my day. Yeah, though. It's the same thing. I showed you the video. It's the same gameplay.
I know I've seen it. Well, you probably showed it to me like a decade ago, probably like a video link.
Probably.
Yeah, if it's just some boomer shit I know, it's probably from you.
Oh my god. Back in my day, we had Flash games, and now Flash games are dead.
Yeah.
And then, I guess, so that's going on, so, like, Kuka's on thingy right now.
But you said she's gonna be permanent?
Yeah, she's permanent, so apparently, like, if you don't need, like, well, I guess it's Princess Gala, too, so you could do that if you want, but, like, it's not as big of a deal to just skip out, which I'm probably gonna do.
That's pretty weird, since she's, like, it's like a variant of character, not like just a plain character.
Yeah, I don't know how this works, but yeah, that's the thing. And then, I guess, Fate Goes. New event up for like a few days now.
The weekly gay Vietnamese sister servants.
Oh, yeah. So, I'm thinking about rolling for them, but like, yeah.
But Mother Harlot, though.
Yeah, I'm scared. I have enough courts / like tickets for a guaranteed roll right now. I have a little leeway, but like I'm kind of afraid of dipping too deep, just in case. Like, also I guess eventually summer is gonna come up, so I'll probably want like
Oh yeah.
a little bit of extra for that saved up. So, like, I want them, but I'm wondering if I should just hold off just to be safe. So yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Maybe just hold off.
maybe. I do like the designs though. Like, if you're not familiar, like, it's the same artist for like Sword and Shield, like Nessa.
Oh, that's why I look familiar.
Yeah, it's very cultured. And among other things, there's other things they're known for.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess now we can animes.
So speaking of fate,
Oh, people die when they're killed,
people die when they're killed.
except for when they don't.
Yeah. But yeah, so we finally see why this whole premise we find like Akari not being able to be killed. Oh, I didn't get a screenshot. That was too fast. But yeah, so she has the pure concept of time attached to her. So every time she gets killed, it just like auto activates and regresses her back.
Yeah, well, I guess from her perspective, she thinks like she has a healing power.
Well, she was told she has a healing power.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, that's why she thinks that.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming like well, I don't know if they are really bad guys. But, well, those guys, like, I guess they must have told her a lie because they have the means to actually tell, like, exactly right.
Yeah, like in the first episode, we saw that little crystal ball thingy that said that the other random dude had that null ability.
Yeah.
But yeah, like when I first heard the premise of this, where like, oh, like she tries to kill this target, but then this target like just can't be killed or can't die. I was like, it's probably gonna be something about time. It's gotta be gonna be time. It's always time, and then like, yep, it's always time.
But how about space?
The god of space is that guy in Pokemon Legends Arceus that you need to pay heavy taxes to, so you can store like one more fucking item in your satchel.
Yeah. When's he gonna show up?
Yeah, he's a true god of space. Like, motherfucker. Like, how the hell do you pack like so much shit in? And why do you keep charging so much more each time? Like, son of a bitch.
Because you'll pay for it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we haven't played Arceus in a while.
Yeah. One day I'll play games again.
Yeah. It's never gonna happen.
Maybe. I need that 3-day work week.
But yeah, and like for some reason, like Akari's like uncannily attached to Meno, and like she says like really directly suggestive stuff. So like I'm really hoping this ends up being gay, but then you know how anime always does the thing where like, oh, they're really close but they're just best friends, or where one girl is like clearly like already affectionate for the other one, but the other one just ignores her advances, so like for the end of time nothing ever happens.
Wait, we already have that from this first episode.
Yeah, I mean this is still going on here too.
They're from a different like side.
Yeah, so it's like there's 3 of them. 2 of them are clearly gay, but the one that they're directing their gayness to is like not responding.
Oh. Maybe if you like add more, it'll get overcharged. And like,
Oh, you have like all the gays.
Or maybe it's like impossible. Like maybe physics doesn't let it happen.
Yeah, Momo's so cute. I really like her voice and stuff. Like, apparently her voice is like what Kanemoto has. Like the one that's the voice is Jita, like the Grand Blue character that also shows up in Precone.
Oh.
And like apparently she voices like a whole lot of other roles in the anime too.
Oh, maybe.
But yeah, usually I see her as a more like One-chan kind of voice, but now it's like, oh, like really squeaky cute voice. So I didn't expect that from her.
Oh. She just looks like that Yuri to me.
Shit. Man, Yuri's like false advertisement is not actually Yuri.
Oh my god.
Well, I think there's that one girl that's like kind of semi-obviously gay, but like everyone else is like ignores it kind of thing.
Well, she also main girl Minnow.
Yeah.
She reminds me of like, oh god, what is it called? No, not. Oh god, what was that? Kyoto animation thing.
KyoAni?
Yeah.
Like character-wise or design-wise?
Yeah, design-wise. Like the park one.
Oh, Amaki Brilliant Park!
Yeah.
Oh.
See?
I hate you.
Why? Because I'm right?
Fuck this bitch.
All anime is the same.
God damn it.
Anyway, we can go back to the real anime. But I guess they're like going off to like get her killed.
Yeah.
Because I guess like that old lady mentor person, I don't know what her actual title is.
She's the archbishop of like this kingdom.
Yeah, I guess apparently they have like some special chamber that can like kill pesky ones or something like that.
Yeah,
Or supposedly.
supposedly.
But yeah, I got my theories. I'll mention it in a little bit.
You can just mention the theories now.
Okay, yeah. So I'm totally guessing like forgot what's the main girl like like
Mino?
no
Akali?
yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm assuming like all of this has already happened before, and like at the end like something happens to her, and then like instead of just like her regressing in time, like she sends everything back in time, and it's repeating basically at least one time, maybe multiple times, and then like there's some sort of like residual memory that they have, which is that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And then second thing, like I think I mentioned this while we were watching, like a special chamber to kill like these isekai people like feels a little bit. I mean, it could be a thing, but it kind of feels like it's a cover story or something.
Yeah.
I feel like it's probably some other isekai person that they keep around specifically to kill others.
Yeah.
Or something like that, to that effect. That's what my thinking is.
Yeah.
But like it's only the high ranking like people that even know it's a thing.
Well, even executioners themselves are something that like only high ranking people know.
Yeah, but like even they are like ignorant of that, so it's like even even a more top secret, I guess.
Yeah.
So like
It's Area 51.
yeah. Actually, that kind of what makes me wonder, like, oh, does whatever this thing actually is, like, do they keep it around, like, to get rid of executioners, like, if they become, like,
Is it
AWOL?
rogue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's my thought, like, yeah.
I will neither confirm nor deny anything.
Yeah, it's probably gonna be something like her mentor or some shit like that. Let's go with that. That's my theory, guys. Come back in the future to see if I'm right.
You know, okay, so I'm just gonna tell my theory at the
Like before you got it confirmed.
like before I read when I just read like this part in the light novel and before I read ahead, I had my theory that like this old Archbishop, like she hears like, oh, this person has time you say, time to get her like revert me back to my usefulness.
Oh,
that's
maybe.
my theory.
Oh, could be.
At the time.
Okay, could be.
At the time.
Oh, time.
Tokyo Tamale! Sa Warudo!
Yeah. I guess part of my the same theory is like, oh, maybe it is like the old lady that's actually the one that does it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That's my vague theory.
So yeah, this is actually not the one that's voiced by Mao. Even though I thought, like before this anime started, I thought Mao was gonna voice Momo because I just heard her in like Roroa's voice from Real Zero, and then saw the credits like, oh, Mao's in the credits for a different character.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, bye, Disney. She's just in everything nowadays.
No, she's been in things for years.
Yeah, but like,
She's
lately it's like everything.
Yeah. She can do voices.
She does like so many different voices, almost as much as like Kaino I feel.
Yeah, bye.
Yeah, bye.
The true versus match.
Yeah, but yeah, so right now we don't actually get a glimpse of her until like we're actually on the train. So they're changing things around a bit, but I feel like this,
Like narrative-wise, you mean?
well, I mean, she had to get on the station too, but we just didn't see her because like the light novel was like entirely from Minno's perspective, mostly from Minno's perspective.
Oh, okay, so you don't see like this in the third person that much?
Yeah. Well, occasionally you see third person view from like follows a different character around, but it's really rare.
Okay,
so
got it.
almost entirely through Minno's perspective, so we didn't see her until later on in the train.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, I think having her like be suspicious about these bubbles thing like works out.
Well, it makes sense for like a show, I guess.
Yeah. I also think for a little bit different because Akari actually did heal the scrapes on the child, and Minnow was like, and Minnow clarified that like in this world like their magic like they don't have anything that can heal wounds completely like that.
Uh-huh.
And like she did this whole bubble thing to like distract the child from like questioning it or like or talking about it.
Uh-huh.
So like, I mean, I'm okay with how they don't have to do things exactly the same, but I kind of feel like they should have added in the explanation that like what Akari can do is not something that can be like replicated through other sorcery magic means.
Okay.
In this world, as far as like they know their technology goes.
Uh-huh.
Okay, and now your boy Kongming. I feel like this I think this might be like the best show this season,
Maybe.
or it has potential to be the best show this
Well,
season.
we haven't watched too many things, but it's definitely a contender so far because
Yeah.
like I think we only started like maybe 5 shows that of the like 100 we were planning to start, something like that.
Something like that.
But yeah, it's definitely up there.
Yeah. I think that my favorite so far were probably this and maybe Executioner. Although I feel like I like Executioner a lot. Like obviously from like when reading like no. Although I feel like as an animation thing
Like its own thing.
just like its own thing. I feel like yeah, Boy Kongming might be like the best this season.
It's really good.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's. Did we talk about the first episode? I think last week
No,
we
we
didn't
didn't.
actually start it
We
yet,
didn't
right?
we didn't start it yet.
Okay, yeah.
So
how's your Chinese pronunciation?
I got an F in Mandarin. God damn it.
It's not one of the languages I know.
Yeah. Mandarin failed me. In the future, I'll fail you.
But basically, like, Waver dies.
Yeah, it's basically Waver Fago. Like Zulian, so he dies and he's like, oh, I want to go into a world that's like peaceful and it's like, oh, this must be hell. Like, oh, happy Halloween.
Yeah, just like ends up in Shibuya during Halloween. It's like, oh, hell is so lively.
And then he finds the girl. It's like, oh, you have such a beautiful voice. You like songstress of hell. And she's like, bitch, what are you talking about?
Yeah, and he's just like he's so enamored. It's like, it's kind of cute actually.
Yeah. I feel like the voice actor like did a really good job like getting his voice and also like the way he talks. Right? It sounds like old timey and fancy in a very like elegant way that's just adds to the atmosphere and also the mannerisms like on screen too that he has.
Yeah. it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Like I think was he partially drunk at that point too?
Oh, the other people were like drugging like making him drink.
Yeah.
Like they were like, oh, drink, and he was like they were like feeding him like strong alcohol, and he was like, oh no, my throat burns. This must be how they torture you in hell.
Yeah, and then I guess after like Halloween's over, he's just like passed out on the road or something like that.
Yeah.
And just runs into her again. It's like,
Yeah.
oh.
And she just brings him home.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like this part where he's like, oh, like talent is like developed through learning instead of being something you were born with, because she had a lot of anxiety over her talent.
Yeah. So it's pretty cool, like seeing this relationship.
It's also sentimental, like you see like artists talking about a lot too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, like she was asking about like about all this like technology stuff, like oh, what pray tell is a blockchain? Like she was just like, bitch, like I don't know either.
Yeah.
Even modern people don't know what a blockchain is.
Yeah, so like I guess when he got, I don't know if it counts as a resurrection. However he ended up here, like I guess he knew Japanese for some reason. But then
Yeah, but like all isekai people know Japanese.
oh yeah, of course. But I guess like he didn't have any other knowledge from like after he died for whatever reason. I guess that's just how it worked. So like basically spent like the afternoon on like Wikipedia or something like that.
Yeah. And she's like, oh, oh look, I even have a wiki page. Like he just looks so proud.
Yeah. It's like, please shut up. Leave me alone, weirdo.
But yeah, this bartender guy, he's like oh, like are you really this guy? Like just ask like much like difficult questions that only he would know, and then he's just so happy, like oh, he's a like romance with Three Kingdoms geek, and he finally has someone to talk to about.
Yeah, this part was kind of sad because like, oh, why'd you send your like your most trusted guy to like? Well, I guess
it wasn't most trusted. It was like, oh, why'd you like he like was it like favoritism that like you sent someone you liked earlier and they failed.
Oh yeah, okay, I guess that's.
And then he was saying like, oh, like there's a possibility that like he failed on purpose.
Yeah. It's like, oh man.
Yeah. I feel like where the author is, like they probably like actually got deep into like the romance lore.
Well, probably because then they talked about like, oh, after that, like you had no choice but to like execute him.
Yeah.
And then like, he looked so sad about it, like regretful.
Yeah. But yeah, this guy's voice like Fukujun, which at first I didn't really hear until like I was watching like Konosuba about while building model kits, and yeah, like like if you listen closely at some point, it kind of sounds a bit like Kazuma.
Yeah, but it's a lot different than the type of voice he usually does.
Yeah, because he usually does the whole like Lelouch voice.
Yeah.
But like Kazuma and this guy is like a different type of voice that you don't hear as often.
Mm-hmm.
Like I actually forgot like Kazuma was voiced by Fukujun for a while.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like, oh, after that like exchange, like, oh, you must be the real one.
Yeah.
Come work at the bar.
Like, oh, best buddies. Oh, and keep the cosplay on. It's great.
Yeah. So actually, I kind of wonder, does he believe it's the real one, or is it just more like
Just playing along.
yeah, just playing along because like he thinks like he's just so deep into it, he's it's whatever.
Yeah. I feel like he's probably like, oh, maybe it's the real one. Don't think too much about it, kind of thing.
Yeah. Or like it could be like maybe he's not sure, but he wants to believe it's the real one or something like that.
Yeah. And then like, he's like, oh, pro at like making all these cocktail drinks, so like it's easier than making tea.
Yeah, maybe, probably. Oh, she had an appearance in the first episode.
Hmm? Oh no, this is the second episode.
Oh, this is the second episode.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, I feel like how I guess like Su Liang has that kind of like what do you call it, like legend about like how people they had to go ask him for assistance like 3 times and he kept rejecting them before like finally
Yeah.
like agreeing. So he's like, oh, I have heard your music 3 times that like so like command me and I'll be a technician.
Yeah.
Like that was so cool.
It was pretty cool.
But yeah, also like all the animation here is like especially for like A.k.a, like she just looks so lively and so pretty on stage.
Yeah.
And like this like backlit effect. So it's like PA works and they always do like pretty art.
Oh yeah. I love PA works.
The stories also tend to have the whole like more like artisan type feel too.
Yeah. Well, I guess the impression I get from a lot of their stuff,
Yeah.
it's like very wacky, but
But also heartfelt.
yeah, wacky like heartfelt bullshit. Like things get pretty absurd at times, but then at the end of the day, you're just like, ugh.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's usually about like people like artisans or performers or people just trying to like make a place for themselves or make something in the world.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure. I'd probably generalize it a bit more into more of a, like, what do you call it, finding your way kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Because of, like, I'm just thinking, like, a lot of shows, like, what do you call it? Oh no, I'm blanking out.
Sakura Quest.
Yeah, I guess that one.
It's also kind of like creating that like place village thing too.
Yeah, but
Maybe.
I don't think you necessarily, what do you call it, call that, like, I mean, there's artistic elements, but, and I'm not sure, like, you'd normally define it that way.
Yeah.
I guess. And that's also not the one I was thinking of.
Oh, which one are you thinking of?
The one with the horses.
Shirobako?
No, that one. Oh crap! What is it called? I love the song.
Tari Tari?
Yeah, that's it.
Wait, it had horses?
Yeah, it had the one of the girls with their horse.
Wait, I did not remember thinking they wanted a horse.
Okay.
I just remember it had a good song.
Yeah, that's the one though.
Okay. And for thinking about like Uma Musume.
Yeah, probably.
And second episode, we had like this Pinstagram.
100 Pinstagram. Wait, what? Pinstagrammer is?
Pinsta.
Pinstas. Oh yeah.
So I guess we get the first kind of like rival.
Yeah, I guess in sort of this for her, it's not really a rival. It's more like an antagonist.
Yeah.
Because they're. I guess for rivalry, I usually just kind of assume like, a more equal sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like challenging each other, but like she's just there to be like.
Just be a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like let me crush this like 200 follower nobody. That's basically what this is about.
Yeah. Yeah, like, at first I thought she was gonna be like a better character because like in the OP we saw like Asalia because like Love Live being
Yeah.
the like antagonist group. I mean, or a rival group, I guess. So I thought this one would be just like a one off, like more like a better person kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like no, like she just wants to like crush this noob. Also, apparently, her her manager's just like making her like just basically voice training, but all she does is like training her muscles instead.
Yeah. Oh. Then, well, I guess. Wait. Training muscles and doing selfies.
Yeah.
That's the two parts. But like, I'm getting the impression that she's probably, like, I guess from her manager's perspective, like she's probably like static in the sense of like she's probably like not doing anything to get bigger or better.
Yeah.
And he kind of seems frustrated with it, but he's probably just like resigned to like, okay, that sort of impression.
Yeah. It kind of feels like she's like too like high on success and not and just like going along with it.
Yeah. Like I guess when we hear her internal monologues, it kind of seems like she's also just like, you know,
Full of herself.
well that too. But I'm just like thinking like, oh, she doesn't really think of much of anything and just like kind of coasts along,
Yeah.
like, with what she has. Which I kind of wonder if we're gonna see more of her later, because like, I guess we'll get to that part next.
Yeah.
It's like, oh,
Yeah. So I guess they have this club where like multiple people perform at the same time, and she just like invited her along at the same time, so to basically be like a foil, I guess.
yeah. It's like,
So it's like, oh, like instead of like competing for viewers, I'm just have this like no name nobody that so like everyone like just fuck to me.
yeah, basically just like, oh, I'll guarantee like my section is basically like full. And then I guess like they realize that that's what she's trying to do, so they have to figure out like how we're gonna actually get people to watch Eiko.
Yeah, well, Eiko herself like didn't, but like, oh, like there's a big chance, but like she had that anxiety like, oh man, no one's probably gonna watch me, but she didn't think it was like a malicious thing.
Yeah, and I guess like from her point of view, like I guess it's, you know, oh, how would I put it? Like she was more focused on doing the performance itself.
Yeah, which is not a bad thing, I guess. Like just stay positive.
Right, and well, I mean, I guess that's where the manager whole role comes in. Like they're supposed to do like the other stuff.
Yeah.
So it's like it's kind of a neat thing.
Or tactician.
Well, yeah.
Also, I like how they were talking about this like Wayward's NP. Man, I was wondering about how that NP referred to in like Fate Go, where like Wayward drops a bunch of stone pillars to like debuff the enemy.
Yeah, and they were like, yeah. Why were they talking about it just randomly or something like that?
Yeah, I think it was just like just an over random conversation. He was like, "Oh, what do you think about this like stone something formation?" And he was like, "The fuck are you talking about?" I was like,
yeah,
"Oh."
He was so confused and it's like, "Oh, so that's I guess that's how they tell the story nowadays or whatever."
Yeah,
but I guess that like his past self inspired him.
Yeah. So yeah, he basically did the same thing where like using like illusions like trick the mind.
Yeah.
So like so like people like he'll invite people over for, like, oh, free drinks over here, and then using the illusion like keep them there and like keeping them to the toilet instead of going to the stairs instead.
Yeah. Just basically like change or like modifying the environment so like it all looks the same.
Yeah.
So they couldn't find the real exit.
Yeah. So like even though he just stalls them for like a little bit of time, and he was sure that like Eiko would be able to like capture them with her singing.
Yeah. So it's more like just to keep them around to give her a chance to like capture like them.
Yeah. So like
yeah.
So I like how it's like it's giving her the opportunity, but if she didn't have the skills to back it up, then nothing would have come out of it either. So it's proof that like, oh, like she does have the skill to back it up.
Yeah, it's done really well. Like, oh, and I guess I'll mention this, like, oh, like the club scene was pretty good.
Yeah. It was like really well animated and all the pretty lights and stuff.
Yeah.
Also, I really like how, like earlier in the episode, like we saw him on the laptop and he was trying to look over like the floor plans.
Yeah.
And he actually saw, like we actually see on his computer, like he was like browsing Amazon with like the Christmas trees.
Yeah.
And like I was like, wait, is that an Amazon page? That's totally an Amazon page. Oh, look, it's a Christmas tree. And I was like, and we were just like, what? Is he gonna order a Christmas tree? And then it turned out like he actually used like 3 of those trees to like place them in like different areas in the fog to make people lose their sense of direction.
Yeah, he put them like all equidistant, like so like people couldn't tell like the orientation.
And they had people like Men in Black like just like stare like walking around rotating places just confuse people. But it was that slight detail where like you see him on the Amazon page like earlier, like I was like I just really like that.
Yeah. like it really works because like since we were so confused, they're like, oh, is it just a joke? And it's like, oh, it was part of the plan all the time.
Yeah.
So pretty good attention to detail.
Yeah, I'm guessing the original manga probably had that too, but I like how the like the anime like it didn't like focus like heavily on it on the screen, but it was just there, like just enough that you'll kind of notice it, but not enough to like say like, oh, he's definitely gonna use this thing.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it kind of like you feel rewarded for paying attention.
Yeah.
So yeah. Oh, I guess we should mention that it's like, oh, it's based on manga, so the manga is finished. I think it's like 7 volumes or something.
Oh.
So like, I think there should be a good chance that we'll have like a real ending. So like, you know.
Yeah. 7 volumes. They might be able to do that in 12 episodes, or maybe they can do like 2 seasons.
I think they'll probably go for 2.
I hope they go for 2.
Like they were hyping this up for a while, I think.
Yeah, we kept seeing the PVs for a really long time.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah, possibly best show of the season. Possibly.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I'm thinking before I forget?
What?
Like we see that rival group Azalea.
Yeah.
I have a feeling one of the like old rivals got reincarnated, whatever.
Yeah.
Like to be their manager.
I hope. I hope.
or maybe the idols are reincarnated. I don't know. Whatever. It's probably gonna be that. Then it's gonna be Holy Grail or everything is fate.
God damn it! Not everything is fate.
Everything is fate.
Not everything
is fate.
Not everything is fate. Ugh, fuck this bitch.
Anyway, speaking of fate.
Yeah, we also got like top PVs for this a lot, and I always like the character design for like Echidna. Okay, I still haven't looked up if the light novel illustrator is the same one as the Elise or not, or maybe it's just the anime version same character designer.
Could be.
But yeah, like the style of, like face and eyes. Like...
But yeah, like I guess like leading up to this moment, we just like see like this war torn like landscape, and like this castle like has a bunch of like holes and stuff, and then just repairing it.
Yeah.
And then like.
And the hero just shows up like, oh. I came here to get hired. Why? I kicked all your asses.
Like, oh, I'm so good. That's why you have to take me.
Yeah. So of course the Demon Queen's like, the fuck is she talking about?
Yeah.
Also, like, goddammit, they did this whole thing with like the lolly thing where, like they do it like so commonly with usually like the beast people trait, or like sort of like demi-human trait where like, oh, if you. Or you have like some tribe out in the middle of the rainforest or something. Then they're like, oh, like this person defeated me in combat, therefore I must marry them. And like it's such a common thing, but it just pisses me off a lot because like
it's a thing where you kind of just throw it into like any sort of group that might be like have some sort of like fighting like, well, it's always presented as like inherent like kind of like martial kind of.
Martial
leaning or some sort, I don't know.
Or like barbaric group, they're the ones that are like more like uncivilized.
Yeah. So it's like.
So yeah, I don't like how it's like it's like they use that all the time for that, and also like no big society can have that and like manage to sustain itself. But like there's so many holes in that kind of logic where like, oh, anyone who defeats me must be like my fated partner. Is like, the fuck? Like, what if you get defeated several times? And like, how do you get strong if you keep getting defeated like when you're young? And like if you want to train yourself, then you gotta be defeated like hundreds of times over. So like, do you just like marry all of them? What is like some guy's like top dog in the tribe that he's just like marry like everyone in the tribe? Like, the fuck is this shit?
Well, I mean, in nature there's some stuff like that. It's like, oh, only like the toughest one can mate or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah, like
maybe that's the logic.
I think that's probably where the logic for like the beast people thing came from, but. I feel like that would work for like small colonies and not like bigger ones.
Oh, I mean, let's be honest. It's just an excuse to just like.
It's just an excuse to pawn off all the girls onto the main dude.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's like, well, I have to respect their like. it's like a, what do you call it? Like, it kind of makes sense, but we know it's just like an excuse. Like,
yeah.
Where it's like. Yeah, let's be honest. That's what it is.
Yeah.
She's cute though.
Yeah, she is pretty cute, and like her voice a lot. Yeah, because like, she's always like, narrating the PVs, like oh, like this person, like introducing this person, that person.
Yeah, she's pretty cute.
But like, why the hell is she like going to the Elite Four?
Yeah.
Actually, all these Elite Four are useless. What the hell?
Yeah. So I guess like it's kind of interesting. Like they kind of just start off like, oh, he's already defeated them, and then like, oh, what was it, Kidna? She like get out of my sight, but then for whatever reason, these four are like, okay, we'll hear you out.
Well, he was like begging them repeatedly, like in secret too.
Yeah, and then when they talk about it, he just talks about like how he kicked all their asses.
Yeah, and it's like, are they really the Elite Four? I mean, all of them are like useless and dumb.
Yeah, like even this girl, like he technically defeated her, but it wasn't really.
It just like she's just like attacked him out of nowhere. And he's just like swat her down like a fly, and she was like, I love you.
Yeah, she just has like amnesia for some reason, and then they're like traveling around for like a few days or whatever, and then she remembers like, oh, I remember, and she's like, rah, and then she's just like bonk, and then like, oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Like
man, they must have like really low on like manpower to make her an Elite Four.
well, she transforms. At least the opening makes it seem like she transforms into a giant wolf.
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
Which is a different color than her, like she becomes like a white wolf.
Wait, what?
Or like, well, I think it's supposed to be a wolf.
Wait, but why?
I don't know.
Yeah. Shit doesn't make sense. That's why I feel like this one's like my favorite.
Oh, she's the most useless. It's like, oh, how do I, like, oh, I'm unstoppable, and he's just like, oh, I just like nullify all the magic in the area, and she's like, the fuck, what am I? Like, that's not fair. What am I supposed to do?
Yeah. So like, hitting him with the rod, like it doesn't even phase him. Like,
yeah.
man, she's so cute when she's just like embarrassingly like trying to hit him though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess like he ended up like having to like join up with the demon side again because like after coming back from the war, like everyone's like afraid of him. Like, oh, he's too strong. He's actually evil. He must be a monster. We must like foul him.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, I guess he was like so strong. Like he had like 3 teammates or maybe more, whatever. And he's like, oh, they're just getting in the way. I'll just go off on my own.
Yeah, it's like the usual like heroes party set up at the beginning. But then those people were useless too.
Yeah. They're definitely gonna show up.
They're definitely gonna show up, and like you probably have to like fight them at some point.
Yeah.
But like when we saw the flashbacks of them, like they were just like doing like dumbass shit.
Yeah. 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 Like I guess the portrayal is not that they're like weaker than him, which I mean should be obvious since his whole like thing is like he's way too strong.
He's Yusha.
Yeah, but it's like more like they're
weaker, but they're also dumb.
Yeah, and like fighting over dumb crap like room assignments or something like that, like at the like inns or something like that,
or like food and shit.
Yeah, some like inconsequential nonsense.
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah.
So I guess he worked for Echidna. And apparently Echidna's like oh, I really want to like keep on invading the human world, but also like oh, don't harm like non-combatants and like trying to like rule, be like a good ruler. So I feel like that's probably gonna be some sort of thing where it's like oh the demon world, like whether that's like an actual like separate world or maybe just like like it's always vague whether they're talking about like just a different area on the same planet or not.
Yeah, like a different like
just a different like zone. I guess.
Yeah, or like a parallel world type of thing.
Yeah, but like whatever the thing is, I feel like it's probably gonna be this kind of setup where like they're running out of food or like there's some sort of like catastrophe where like they can't survive there anymore, and so like they have no choice but to come here, and that's why like she's doing it despite like all these things.
Maybe the filthy humans are actually on Demon Land.
Maybe.
Let me tell you about those filthy humans.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess there was a setup for like Mao Yu too, where the demons were like running out of food. I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, final episode of like Real Zero, and then we can finally stop using Funimation, except Ali Fruta season 2 is the only on Funimation so far.
So wait, were they not gonna move stuff over, or was it?
I think they were supposed to like, keep moving stuff over, but there's still a whole bunch of stuff that's only on Funimation right now.
Okay. But I guess this kind of episode was more about like explaining kind of the
backstory.
The backstory of stuff.
So yeah, I had a feeling they were gonna end on this thing. So like, when he first got summoned to this world, like, he was suddenly just given the throne, and like you're just like oh, so like, that haha that usually like is like isekai thing. Like don't think too much about it and just go on, and then like later on it just drops it like, oh, like there's this whole big like backstory that about like why he was given that. And I feel like I really like how it's done because I feel like it explains really well like how, or like it gives like a really good reason for like why this kind of like convoluted setup like happened.
Yeah, there's a lot more thought put into it than a lot of other things I've seen.
Yeah.
Let's just put it that way.
Yeah, so I guess it's kind of like the whole like time magic thing, like executioner, although it's more like just sending memories back to like a parallel world version of yourself.
Yeah.
So yeah, like so like so we found out like in the beginning like he actually just made him a prime minister, and then like the whole country went to shit because the king like ousted him, and then all the corrupt nobles like kept like getting in the way.
Yeah.
And like because the king like told all this to George, like, that also explains why George like came up with this whole big plan to like round up all the like corrupt nobles in one go, and like sully his own name to create the fake civil war.
Yeah. So it was actually just as planned.
Yeah.
But someone else's plan.
Someone else's plan, and it's also like, oh, there's like foresight from like the quote unquote future. So it explains a lot of like the weird like motivations and convoluted stuff.
Yeah. It was kind of interesting where the king is, well, I guess like from his perspective he kind of like, technically not him.
Like he didn't do it, but he feels as if he did because he has like all the memories.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, oh, I realized that like, if I was to repeat it again, I'd mess it up.
Yeah.
So it's like, and I guess like I guess his thought before like everything gets sent back is like basically, what do you call it? Let me make the right choice like at least once or something like that along those lines.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh, that's like I think like one of the qualities I would say for like a good leader is knowing when you need like someone else's like help, opinion, like advice, that sort of thing.
Like be aware of your own weakness.
Yeah.
Are you aware of your own defect?
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like that was really strong in that sense.
Yeah. I also felt it a lot in my heart when he was like please let me apologize, and he's like, oh, like it's not gonna do anything for me though because I don't remember I don't recall any of this, and he's like, but even so please let me do it. So like I felt like that was like really heartfelt. Also, the anime version didn't like Lino also explained further like you always one of the other things like why is this country like being led with this like mediocre king who's just kind of like shitty and like indecisive and like can't really do anything.
Yeah.
Like he's not malicious, he's just like kind of useless.
Yeah.
So basically, like we saw them talk a bit about how the queen like when she had to choose her suitor or like choose what to do, like there's always a bunch of like political infighting, and no matter which route she chose, like the country would fall to ruin. So what happened was that she just like kept like reliving her death and all like the horrible things she went through like over and over again, that she became like really jaded. And then so in flashback that like when they were young, like the king, like Albert at the time, he was just like he was already known as like the kind of like useless harmless guy that like no one's gonna pay attention to. And Alicia was the one who comforted him about like what was it, like his hobby in gardening, and like, oh, like it's like in this like country full of like horrible people, like maybe so like it's probably fine just to have like someone who's like mediocre like you around. And so because of that, and then like years later when Alicia was like completely like worn down and jaded, she overheard him like begging Georg, who at the time like he wasn't like the Duke yet because like his father was still the Duke. But he was begging Georg to save Alicia, but I got turned down because like Georg's father didn't want to like take sides in the conflict. Because like for like the big like royal conflict, like all the three dukedoms just like took their forces and went back to their duchies, and because like if anyone took any sides, then it would just lead to a bigger civil war. So they were staying out of it. So like when Alicia saw that, she decided like, okay, like if I'm gonna die no matter what anyways, I just wanna like relax with this like this like harmless gentleman. So she's like, okay, I'm just gonna marry this guy and just like go away from the capital, just go live in his like countryside domain and just like ignore everything. And then like after like they were just like just living like quietly there for like I think like a year or two or something. Like Excel Walter, the Yui Horie, like she came and was like, oh, like yeah, like all the royals are dead, like you're the only one left. And also like they were gonna put Elisha on the throne at first, but Elisha insisted like to like have Albert be the one on the throne instead because like since like because like there's still like a lot of wounds in the country and there's still a lot of like different factions and different like cunning nobles like plotting everything around. She reasoned like the country doesn't need like a good king. The country needs like a mediocre one that won't offend anyone. Just to tie things over because like if you put someone who's like actually competent on the throne, like no matter what side they're on and no matter what they try to do, it's gonna create conflict and like make everything break apart. So the best thing to do is like put this guy who's gonna be harmless and like a harmless puppet that like everyone can use and because of doing that, like it actually allowed the country to like to live on longer for the next generation to take over. So which I think was a very it also felt like a really like realistic line of reasoning and like that makes sense and something you wouldn't normally think about because like people normally would be like, oh, we always want like a good king or like a white king or competent one, but where like, oh, like, here's a situation where like where you kind of need to go with like the like more like quote unquote lackluster option because it gives the best future.
Well, yeah. I mean, it happens a lot.
Yeah, it happens a lot, but like it's not the kind of thing like most people like really think of. I feel. So I also really like how like it also like it also wrapped up that edge of like why the former king was like so meh. So yeah, I guess they finally finished this show, and I'm gonna be sad it's gone.
I mean, you got your million books.
The next volume won't come out until like I think June.
It's only a few months away.
It's many months away, but yeah, like, since the English localization like pretty much caught up with the Japanese one, so now like the gap between releases is long because you need to wait for the Japanese one to come out, and then you need to get translated, and then you need to go through like the whole publishing process, and then the English one comes out. So like it's a pretty big gap in between releases for the last like few years. It's killing me.
No, now you're getting the real experience.
Yeah. Okay, so the other show is like we feel like have a lot of potential, and we also saw the PV for this a lot too. Like, like Tokusatsu Sentai, like Romeo and Juliet, Forbidden Love.
She's so hot.
Yeah, like why is Evo always so hot? Like, look at this, like, meh. And this like garter belt thing, like the frilly lace, like it's barely covering her ass.
Yeah, but she's so pure.
Yeah, but she's so pure. Also, I feel like if you just saw like just like BBR skin, like she just has a thong and like nothing here, like it'll be, but like by adding this like more covering slight detail with the lingerie, like it actually makes it look better. Sometimes covering up is more.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is cultured.
Very cultured. But like, oh, it starts off they're having their like third date.
The third date, and like there are lights like fighting off nearby, and they're just chilling and like just like eating lunch, and then like whenever the allies show up, they have like, oh, put on their mask and like just pretend to be fighting.
Yeah.
And like when we're fighting, like, oh, we did it, we finally held hands. Yeah. We're holding hands, and we're like, oh, our fingers are interlocked. This is like a really like high end technique.
Yeah, like I guess the way it's presented is like you just think it's just a normal date, but then like, oh, this is all happening while they're like their minions are actually doing like actually working.
Yeah.
So they're skipping their work on this date. These are bad employees.
I mean, when you're in a managerial position, you don't actually work.
Well, they're not really They're like maybe like a step down from that.
Yeah. Like they're the shift supervisor.
Yeah. It's like, oh, the people are coming. I gotta pretend like I'm working.
Yeah. Also, apparently she's voiced by. Well, I can't remember the name of the voice actor, but like Lena from '86, who also voices Aisha from Realist Hero, and then this guy is also voiced by like Soma from Realist Hero. So like, oh, Aisha and Soma meet again in another world.
Oh my god. Not everything's isekai.
Everything is isekai.
Everything's isekai.
Everything is isekai.
Everything's fate.
Fate is isekai.
Oh my god.
Don't add me. Yeah, whenever she talks, I just hear Lena from '86, and it's like, oh, they just feel so pure.
But anyway, then we get a flashback to like, oh, why are they even like a thing?
And it turns out that the leader of like the gelato guy, like Big Gelato, man, he's like big boss of just Big Gelato.
Yeah, it's like, oh, now this like new enemy like has appeared, and she's been kicking ass for like 6 months or something, or like building herself up or something like that.
Yeah, like love at first sight, and like he was like, oh, I fell in love with this woman. She's like, oh, you must tell her how you feel. It's okay, I'll take responsibility. But like he didn't actually know like who it was.
Yeah, but yeah, like if I'm interpreting this right, like the first scene, the third date, like it kind of seems like they're thinking about like their first encounter as the first date or something like that.
Maybe.
I hope that's what it is. And then the second date is like when the confession happens.
I mean, they might have had like other encounters, like what do you call it, like off screen.
Yeah, I hope, but I feel like it's better that way. If they just like retroactively make those into dates.
Damn it.
But anyway, I guess let's fast forward. We got screenshots.
But yeah, she was so pure. It's like, oh, like I don't have any experience with this, and that's why you're tricking me. It's like, no, I know all these things about you. Got like stalk you on Instagram.
Yeah, like I think I think it was subtle at first because like, wait, oh, Decimate, I love you, but she never says her name. I think.
Yeah.
So I was like, wait a minute, and then it's like, oh, I know how you love like
cute things, like your favorite foods and snacks.
And you're like, yo, why you know all this?
And he's like, oh, like I'm like stalking your Instagram, and like, oh, I was commenting on like Mr. like Protein Man. Like, god damn it.
Yeah, this guy's the worst.
Yeah. It's like, well, we need to keep this a secret, otherwise, like this like whole like Romeo Juliet thing is gonna happen.
Yeah.
I mean, they should have just resigned.
Maybe.
Yeah, it really, like it's really like funny and cute, and I feel like this is gonna be like another like, highlight for like the season.
Probably.
For us. Although it feels like the kind of show where like a lot of people would skip over without realizing how good it is.
Yeah. I think like it's one of those like things that appeals to like it'll probably appeal more to a niche crowd like on first sight, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it like if you give it a chance, it can definitely, what do you call it? You don't have to be in necessarily like that kind of tokusatsu target demographic.
Yeah,
type of thing.
Is this more like a goofy rom-com of like people who like can't like the usual like Romeo and Juliet, I guess.
Oh yeah.
Like like star-crossed lovers. Oh, after like some goofy like tokusatsu random things like like gelato attacks.
Oh yeah. It's like, oh, I can't do the poses.
Yeah, she's just so cute.
Yeah.
I don't like it when she has like this like skull thingy on her face though.
I think it's cute.
Oh yeah, and then like the other like Kirara show is like
yeah,
it's like every Kirara show.
You have your 4 girls, maybe sometimes 5.
Yeah. And like you also have like the main pink hair girl.
The pink hair girl, like.
And they had like the
what would you call it?
The squeaky energetic one. You always have to have the blonde one.
Yeah.
And you always have to have like the dark twin tailed one.
Yeah, dark haired twin tails. Like this is just confused.
But she was on like what's that Kiniro Mosaic.
Oh yeah, they also have this girl.
Yeah.
Like, she's been isekai in every.
She's in every.
Oh, and also they also have that same vague personality, like what would you call it? Like kind of coolish,
like kind of cool, like coolish, quiet, but like like the cool type that like all the other girls like fall in love with, but then they're like embarrassed and don't know what to do.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
every show. But yeah, I guess like main girls like from the country like moves to the big city.
And then the blonde girl is just like, oh, it's like this like countryside girl who like knows nothing. And then when this person like the hero's party shows up and like the blonde girl keeps like trying to show her like all these fancy places and like really extravagant things, and like countryside girl's like, no, nah, let's give her this place with like a bunch of flowers on the edge of the city, and like, she like prefers that more. It's like, what up, bitch?
Yeah.
What up, bitch? Gonna show you up?
This blondie be this blondie be a dick. She's basically like, oh, this like, what do you expect with this amount of rent?
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, like she's so full of herself.
Yeah, and then she's like, oh no, the newbie like did the job better than me. Like, and I'm sad.
Yo.
And you have this thing where like it's like this like vaguely gay. This like gay baiting in every Kirara show.
Oh yeah, there's always those kind of like, oh, two characters, like one of them is sad about something, and gotta comfort them in a strangely sexy way.
Yeah.
It's like,
or like two friends they don't each other since childhood, so they've always been like vaguely gay with each other, but like it's never like truly gay.
Like they're basically married, but not really.
Yeah.
Like, that's
like every Kirara.
We had to make them Kirara to end all Kirara. But they keep making it because people keep watching, just like us.
Well, we haven't even watched like all the Kirara shit.
Yeah, I'm missing quite a few.
Yeah, that's just
But I think between the two of us, we've covered like 75%.
probably. Oh yeah, there was actually a time where like there was a Kirara anime like every season. Although I feel like it kind of slowed down. Plus, I don't think there's been a Kirara like in the last few seasons before.
There might have been, and we just didn't realize.
Possibly. But there was a time when like everything was Kirara for a while.
Yeah.
Which, to be honest, like, they keep repeating the same formula because it works, but I'm also getting kind of tired of it. But like, I guess like between the two of us, like Kirara is pretty much a meme at this point, so I feel like we have to watch it because of its meme-ness.
Maybe. Well, I think to some extent, like it's okay to be kind of samey because if you get tired of it, you can just watch a different company's shows.
Yeah.
That's the way I think about it.
I guess it's like if you want this kind of thing, you know that Kirara's always gonna be there for you. That sounds like a slogan.
Yeah.
That sounds like an advertisement slogan.
Yeah, exactly.
I should work in marketing.
Maybe. Work, Dore. Well, wait, are we gonna talk about Dores later?
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
God damn it.
We just sell it.
We're talking about it now.
Okay, man, we just censor stuff with Japanese.
God damn it.
Speaking of which,
Rising of the Questionable Ethics Hero Season 2.
But basically, like, just chilling, governing, but then like,
shit happens.
Like weird turtle bats. What would you call those?
Like bats with turtle shells.
Yeah, bats with turtle shells like start attacking.
Yeah,
it's
so,
like, oh, what's up?
So I guess someone of the queen and she's saying that like it's the big black tortoise thingy.
Yeah, Rising of the Tortoise Hero.
Yeah, Rising of the Tortoise Hero. So she was like asking the two work together, but then all of them like excuse themselves, and so we thought they were just gonna like ignore it, but then later on we find out that they tried to attack it and they all got defeated. So I think, so if I remember correctly, what happened was that like all of them played a game like this kind of like this world except for Naofumi.
Yeah.
They were like, oh, it's time to like go and rack up experience points or like get all the treasure and stuff.
Yeah.
So they were like pretending to like go off on their pretending to like not working together to go off and like steal all the loot, and then get their asses kicked.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. But well, so wait, just to clarify, it wasn't that he didn't play that much. It's like he never played at all, right?
Like, yeah, because like the game existed as like different versions in all their different versions of Japan.
Yeah.
But for him, like he only like opened a book that had like the thingy, the story, but like, he didn't even read anything about it. He just got sucked into the book instead.
Oh, okay.
So he never played like any game that was like similar to theirs.
Okay. What was I gonna say though? Okay, so it's just more like they were like, well, not kill stealing. What would you call it? Just like you know,
They just want to like take all the credit
yeah,
before everyone knows.
or like keep that farming spot a secret from everyone else.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, so it's not like they were like, oh, this is one like, the like my thought about this was more like, maybe it's not like that, like what you were saying, but more like, oh, maybe this is just a pain to like fight, like it's some sort of raid boss type thing that has like crappy drops. So like, even if they could defeat it, it's like not worth doing. See,
That's what I thought too until like we saw later on that like, oh, like they all did go there and they all got defeated, and then I remembered like, oh, all right, like, that's how it went.
Oh,
Because like it's been a long time since I read like this part.
yeah.
But yeah, here's like the really like, questionable shit. There's, like,
wait, did we have a screenshot of the useless girl yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, there she is.
There she is.
But she's like, oh, she got dumped.
Rushia.
Oh my
I
god.
think her name is like Licia or something.
Yeah, but I keep hearing Russia.
Yeah, I hear Rushia with the green hair too.
Yeah. Like
Like she got dumped by like the Bow Hero gang, but then like the Bow Hero like being shitty towards her, but she still wants to like earn his like approval and shit. Anyways.
Yeah. See, actually, out of those other three heroes, he's the one I dislike the most. I think
He's the worst.
because he seems like it kind of feels like he's trying to project like, oh, I'm actually a nice kind of guy sort of thing, but actually he's
He's a
just
jack.
yeah, he's just as much of a jackass, and like
Actually, he's probably the biggest jackass out of all of them.
yeah,
But like we also saw it in the first season too, where he went around like being undercover and stuff to like do that like rebellion shit and like and doing all sorts of things. Like, oh, I'm the cool like undercover hero, and then afterwards he's like complaining to the bar like, why doesn't anyone talk about me? And it's like, because you were undercover, you jackass.
yeah, like they're all annoying to like different like degrees, but like he's the one that I dislike the most.
Yeah.
Like I guess like obviously the blondie guy, like he's annoying.
He's annoying,
but he's like, it's more like, oh, he's upfront about his annoyingness.
He's upfront about his annoyingness, and also like after he fell in love with a bird girl, like he became like way more goofy and like not as like malicious.
Yeah, well I guess I guess the common thing is like the Team Rocket like comparison type thing.
Kinda, I guess.
Like the dark haired one, I'm not quite sure about, but
He's like the stoic, edgy dude.
yeah.
But like he hasn't really shown up much, so he's just like meh, whatever.
Right. It's more like he's more in the background for now, like in the sense of like my opinion of him, I guess.
Yeah.
Rather than any like you know.
Yeah, Archer dude's the worst.
Yeah.
Like
Which is
he's not even a real archer. Real archers don't use bows.
yeah. What's he thinking?
Archer, if you're an archer, you need to throw swords.
Yeah. Poser over here.
But yeah, it's like this bullshit. Like, oh, like, if you come to stay, like Shield power will make you stronger because like he had that like he took the like slave ink or whatever into his shield and had that slave shield that does like it boosts the stats of like any slaves he has, and like it's so like ridiculous and it's like yeah. I mean, people will probably look at this and be like, oh, like they have to do it because of this power thing, and like it's like yeah, like in universe, yeah. But you have to remember, like, the golden rule of literature is that everything happens for a reason, and that reason is always because the author wanted it to. So, like, you can argue as much as you want about this whole, like buffs and power-ups and, like, different rules inside the universe, but at the end of the day, all this, like, convoluted rule shit only exists because the author made it. And so, like, the author could have easily just not had any of these, like, stupid-ass rules in place at all. But they put it in there just to get an excuse to like have this like slave bullshit.
Well, anyway, for this particular case, like, how would I put it? I feel like the part that like you can go about different ways, obviously, even if you go like the whole like, oh, she becomes a slave too type of thing.
Yeah.
But the presentation like can affect like your perception of it, and for this one, it's like, well, it's like they're so gung ho about like, oh, be one of us. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yo, it's awesome. You should be one too. That's the part that really gets me, to be honest.
Just like damn it, Raftalia.
Because like it's not so much of a like, oh well, we have to do it begrudgingly because we don't have like a choice type. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In that sort of case, it'd be like, you know, you can.
It's not. It's still not good.
It's not good, but it's
it's better than this. It's better than like whatever the hell this thing is.
Well, I guess they're just leading into it.
Yeah.
Just
like that Raftalia. Like this is some. This is like that kind of like ingrained oppression thing where like oppressed groups they have like oppressed like it's like so like culturally ingrained in them that they act in accordance to the will of the oppressor rather than themselves.
Well, yeah.
Like she's like full of that.
Yeah, well, you know, in real life, there's definitely people who just like spout off stuff that's like counter to their own like.
There's like so yeah in real life you have like a lot of like internalized racism and like, internalized misogyny where like there'll be some women who like who will say like. Who will say like yeah like women should be second to men blah blah because like, it's so ingrained into them
Yeah,
like culturally.
It's kind of like that.
It's always like that. Like Raftalia is like full of that. So, but it's just like so like ridiculous that she's like, oh yeah, let's become slaves. Like what the fuck? What the fuck?
Okay, so like Anya, also Anya, it's those figures.
Just because you're right doesn't mean you're correct.
Oh, so this is fate. This is why anime was a mistake, guys.
Anime was a mistake. Anime is always a mistake.
They should just like have campaigns at schools. Don't do anime.
Wait, don't they? Is that already kind of a thing in America? Those like Christian mom bullshit. Like
Maybe.
oh, like anime is like the devil's work or some shit. Like
No, that's Pokemon.
and D&D.
It's almost the same thing.
Yeah. Man, every now and then like, you come across like those like posts or like Yahoo Answers or some all the like old places where there's like this boomer ass like Christian moms they go on like oh no like my son is getting into like animes what do I do like just like yeah anime was a mistake.
Yeah. Anyway, she's now one of them.
Yeah.
And then I guess they all go to this kingdom where like the one that's being attacked, or is it the one where the tortoise is coming from?
Well, the tortoise came out and it's heading west, so like they're just like going east
okay.
to, like to meet it like halfway.
Okay, yeah. So I guess this is the country that's like in the path of the creature.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it still is a country that. I think that might be the country where the creature came out to. I'm not sure.
Okay.
But either way, like if they're like meeting at a halfway point kind of thing.
Okay, got it.
It's like mysterious person shows up asking like him to like, kill her. But yeah, this is like one of my favorite characters in the series.
Okay.
But like yeah, I shouldn't spoil stuff.
Okay, so she's gonna become Dore, right?
Yeah.
Guess I'll find out next episode, maybe.
Yeah, you're gonna learn today, or not today, but whatever the damn thing is.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah, this PV.
this PV like they're all like wearing suits and shit, and it's like I was just like the fuck.
Yeah, they're all wearing cool suits, and they're like, I guess they also have powers too.
Yeah.
So like, actually, when I was like, I had a feeling it was just like what do you call it, a PV for something. It's like, yep, it was totally a PV. For like, I guess, well, it's not a school festival, but more like the thing where you attract new students, like prospective students.
Yeah. Open campus.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's what it's usually called.
So like, you can kind of see everyone working together.
Yeah, and like new Chinese girl.
Yeah.
Free Hong Kong.
But yeah, like actually, this episode was kind of neat because I feel like in the first season, you don't really see them working as a whole group that much. You see kind of like small, 2-3 characters at a time kind of thing, and they kind of, it doesn't really feel like a full group exactly. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's a group of individuals. That's how I think about it. But it feels like more of a more club this time around. I feel.
Yeah.
So I did like that part.
Yeah.
Which I think they did because of this Chinese girl.
Yeah.
And the other 2 new girls.
Yeah. So like Free Hong Kong, and I kind of like her design though, and like I don't know.
Uh-huh.
She's that kind of like cool, slightly punk ass kind of thing.
She a punk ass. That's light.
Yeah, she's a like personality wise, she's a big punk ass.
Like even her song, it's basically like her song is about how awesome she is.
Yeah, and like her reality marble.
Yeah, I like her eyes though.
Yeah, kind of feels like yeah,
Kind of. Like I always like those kind of like eyes.
Yeah, yeah, just turning the like how do they be. How did Nijikasaki's like do the NPs where like they start singing and like everything just turns around to like pretty para and shit.
Yeah. Well, I guess the other like Love Lives, they can warp reality too, but not to this extent.
Yeah.
Theirs is more high level.
Yeah.
But like this is just like their normal school, and then generally it's like they have trouble with their like PV file.
Oh yeah, because like Katsu like fucked it up and like dragged over the wrong file.
See, Kazuka, she's useless. No, she's worse than useless. She makes it worse.
Oh no, wait a minute. Like Katsu only pulled the USB stick, and so at first we thought she was gonna like corrupt the file or something.
Yeah.
But turns out it was the wrong file that was like copied on. But wasn't it Rina who did the file copying?
Maybe, but was she the one, or was it Kazuka that copied the wrong file and pulled it out immediately?
I'm not sure.
I have
actually.
to double check.
Yeah, what?
Well, the point is, it's always Kazukasu.
Damn it. Blame it on the Katsu.
Yeah, that's what she exists for, to be blameable.
Yeah. So they had the wrong PV, and they're like, oh.
Wait, isn't she also the reason, like, the club was even, like, non-existent at the beginning, too?
Katsu?
Yeah. Oh, wait, no, maybe I'm misremembering.
No, I mean, it was Setsuna was like the other, with like four.
Oh, right. It was the people who were no-shows. Never mind.
Yeah, and like they all left. I think there's something about like they all left because of Setsuna or something.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Oh, it's Setsuna's fault then.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure if those people like if they're still in the school and they'll show up again later, or if they just like left the school.
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of like her outfit too. But man, these NPs.
They're really strong.
Yeah. And so she's like, oh, Lone Wolf, like, I don't want to join you guys because, like, oh, like, you need support, you're just pathetic, blah, blah, like, I'm on my own, I'm good on my own. But, like, she's such a hypocrite because, like, I think wasn't her song also composed by that, like, other gaijin?
Yeah. Or, like, at least, like, even if it's not direct, like, she was getting some sort of support from her.
Yeah. So it's, like, she's basically, like, libertarians who like rely on others but like don't admit it.
Yeah.
And I think they're like so hotshot by themselves.
Yeah. I wonder how the other girl is gonna play into this though.
Yeah.
Like the other student council member.
Yeah, I feel like she's gonna be like the other one, and then there's also the other gaijin, like, is she American or I don't know.
I'm not sure what she is.
She was speaking English.
Yeah.
Speak English, the official international language.
Oh my god. But yeah, I guess it kind of feels like those three are going to be a rival group or something.
Or maybe they'll just be doing their own thing. Well, I mean, they all know each other though, so it could be like they form their own like rival thing.
Yeah.
But then like that means she's getting support from them, so she's not even like doing it herself anymore.
Yeah. Oh, is that it?
Oh, I guess that's all the stuff for the season.
I couldn't watch. I sworn we watched something else.
We might have, but like maybe I missed something. Do you remember anything else we watched?
I don't know. I always forget after I watch. All anime blurs into the same show to me.
Damn.
That's my favorite show, anime. Infinite seasons.
Yeah, I guess that's it for this week.
I guess so.
So yeah, maybe I'll do like the Gundam Evolution stream at some point.
Maybe.
And I guess you need to figure out if you're gonna do your Fate Go gacha.
Yeah. I still don't know.
Are they limited or permanent?
No, they're limited. But yeah, I guess it's a case of I want them, but I also have to like consider the future.
Yeah.
Like summer is approaching. Like what, 4 months usually? I think it's usually August.
Something like that.
Yeah, so I might just have to hold on just for that since I don't want to pay money.
Yeah.
I'm poor. Yeah. I'm poor because I made too many bad anime decisions.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. Guess that's it for this week. We'll see you again later, and as always, anime was a goddamn mistake.
Don't do it. Don't do anime.
And not everything is fate.
Everything's fate.